Okay, in this technique, we're going to deal with an attacker who's just going to throw a straight punch, okay? Now, sometimes you get attackers throwing hook punches and so on, but we're going to deal with that shortly. But we're going to work off somebody throwing a straight first, okay? This technique, again, remember we're talking about using the iron palm, the iron fist. Techniques and things that you've cultivated and trained in the first module of the DVDs. This technique's a little bit more interesting in some respects than some of the other palm strikes we've done because I've not explained about this one before. It's still a fist formation, but we're going to use, instead of using the knuckles on this side, we're going to use the top knuckle of the thumb. Some Kung Fu styles call this ginger fist, okay, because it looks like a ginger root. So according to some people over history, they've explained it the same because there's, if you like, ginger root's very sort of knobbly, if you like, and this is supposed to be the same. We're going to use basically a cotton fist formation, but with the thumb on top, using this top knuckle of your thumb. Again, similar to the Phoenix Eye fist, it's a very penetrating strike. The thumb's supported by pressing down, as it would be in the cotton fist anyway. We're going to use it in a similar motion to a ridge hand. So the technique is the same in some respects, i.e. the turning of the hand. But instead of turning it with a ridge hand, hitting with the base two knuckles, we're going to go in the cotton fist formation with the thumb knuckle on top, and this striking area, as I say, they call it ginger fist. Right, but in effect, it's cotton fist with the thumb on top. So it's not vastly different than what you've done, it's just a modification. It's a very effective technique. Remember, to do this, you need to be able to support your body weight on those knuckles, which iron palm training from Module 1 will enable you to do. All right? So you might think, I don't want to be hitting anybody with that at the minute, but train in your Module 1 and you'll get that. Okay? Really important. You get this technique right, it's a fight stopper, the fight's over. Because the points we're going for are what we discussed in Module 2. And the points we're going to go for are either, because it can be either or, stomach 9 and 10, or the large intestine 18 point, which is on the side of the muscle. And if you remember we discussed about those on one of the other DVDs. So again, we're looking at this iron palm system as being that it's a whole package. You've got the cultivation, you've got the internal training, you've got the medicine to stop any injuries and also to assist you with your training. You've got the striking weapon, you've got the point location, and now you've got the application. What's going to happen from here? To start with, we're going to do it slowly, and I'll show you from both angles. Gary's going to throw the punch toward me, okay? You're going to check it by palming it across. Now, if he does that, okay, what we're going to do is we're trying to block it whilst he's got that forward inertia, that forward momentum. Going to pick it up with one hand, other hand's going to come underneath and take over to deflect, at which point I'm going to move in, because we're talking about close range fighting. Okay? He's got his head that's up here, okay, which obviously he could headbutt if he wanted to do. So I'm going to bring my hand up just to cover. I might hit him with that palm as well, but I'm not over worried about that, because the main one is this ginger fist, which is going to come round and it's going to strike into the side of the neck, okay, into here. You can see for a very slight tap, the reaction. Now, unlike the ridge hand, which we did in one of the other DVDs, okay, and you'll have seen Gary have sort of quite an adverse reaction to that, what I'm going to do, as I say, I'm using this ginger fist, which is even more dangerous to use on him, okay, in training, certainly. So when I do the technique, just be aware that I'm not going to hit him hard in the neck with this technique. And likewise, when you've got your training partner, don't be hitting each other hard in the neck with this. You'll find just a light tap will be very effective. In reality, yeah, of course, somebody attacks you outside, you just do it, okay? But again, respect your training partner, learn the technique well, and it'll work really good for you. So, again, punch is going to come in, step, palm block. Other hand comes up and takes over, past the elbow, and I'll explain why in a second. Moving close, this turns like you would a ridge hand, but form the ginger fist, jamming the shoulder here, or his head, so he can't headbutt me, because if this wasn't here, this could come toward me and headbutt me, okay? All right, so I need to cover that. And if he tries to headbutt, it's not going to get there, is it? See, as soon as he headbutts, he loses his balance, all right? This is going to come up and hit the side of the neck. When you hit that, you'll get a really good reaction.